I'm an Isle of Man resident and content creator who has followed and covered the Isle of Man TT for over 25 years, and here are some of my favorite viewing spots. Okay, now it really is last but not least, because you do need to be down here at least once. We're back at the grandstand. There it is. So if you have a ticket, you'll be up there. So after the race, the following happens. The riders come back in what's called the return lane. You can also watch from the return lane, which is up the road. Down the road here. So this is this lane here, which goes all the way down to where St. Ninians is, which I showed you before. You can watch along the road. So this is where they come back after the race. This is the track, this is the pit lane. So if you're on the grandstand, of course, you can see the pits as well. And when they come back after the race, or when they retire, they come through here. And the top three are then directed here into the winner's enclosure. Now, when I was in Douglas Council, Douglas actually owns this park, so we were in charge of it, but we're not in charge of it during TT. We actually, so the government who runs it asked us if they could make this bigger and nicer, and we said, sure, go for it. And well, they just widened it by like 2 meters. Seems pointless, but hey ho, that's what they wanted. Anyway, this is the winner's enclosure. You can see it there, they're still working on it, but that's the background where the riders stand in front. The winning bikes will come from there, in here. And this is where the first thing after the race happens. So, first of all, they will stop by here. They might do their little burnout. They do their interviews. You can stand here. It does get crowded. If you do bring a ladder, you might get a jumped up little idiot in a high-vis jacket from G4S having a go at you. I haven't forgotten, and the same guys are unfortunately still here. They're one of the negative aspects of the event. But you can just watch from here. It does get crowded, especially during the senior race. You're going to have 20, 30 deep. I know you can't park here during TT, of course, but outside of TT, all of this is unused pretty much. And open and just public space. So you can, drive around, walk your dog, whatever. Anyway, after the race, they come here first into the winner's enclosure. And then they will walk from here, and you can stand behind this fence and see them walk past, to the podium, which if you're on the grandstand, of course, you can see, but if you don't have a ticket, if you're a cheapskate like me, you can still see the podium from here. Then after the podium, they will usually go down the return lane, because the race will be over, to give their interview in the fan park. So if you want to get really close to the riders, go behind the stage in the fan park where they give the interview, because they have to come down here. And you can grab them, get your autograph, and all that kind of thing. So the last one that I want to show you is indeed the winner's enclosure, return lane, and the podium behind the grandstand. Because every good race, of course, ends with a podium and celebrating the winners. And don't forget, help the marshals. Without marshals, no racing. So that's the last of the spots that I will tell you about. Follow me for more.